And hello everybody, welcome back to episode number 209 in the CheckX series. If you're new here, as I say every single day, the CheckX series is pretty much all about me, your host. I've been discussing absolutely everything that y'all talked about yesterday on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, the day before. Today we're going to discuss what he talked about yesterday on Sunday, July 12. 2026. He posted just about 17 times yesterday, and we're going to get right into the episode here, not to keep this intro rolling too long. Starting off, as we usually do, with Tesla and full self-driving here. Starting off this segment, Elon shared that Tesla's full self-driving, or FSD, whatever you want to call it, technology is enhancing mobility for senior citizens, allowing them to maintain independence. Also, last but not least, Elon specifically highlighted the experience, of a 93-year-old woman who uses FSD to run errands and take road trips. Very cool. Completely alone, so it's interesting. Moving on to SpaceX and Starship development. Starting off the segment, the next Starship launch is currently targeted for Thursday, July 16th, and also during this 13th test flight now, SpaceX plans to deploy version 3 or V3, whatever you want to call it, Starlink satellites for the first time. That's very cool. And also, 6 of these satellites have been specially modified with cameras to inspect Starship's heat shield during re-entry. Also, hardware upgrades for the upcoming flight include a more robust stage separation, improved rapid engine relight reliability, and a new heat shield tile design. Gonna be interesting to see how that works out. And also, Elon remarked that Starship is evolving rapidly and engaged in a discussion about SpaceX potentially becoming the most valuable company on Earth. And last but not least for this segment, Elon noted that a future economy could be measured in energy and mass instead of dollars, particularly if a Dyson swarm is used to harness solar power at scale. With regard to criticism of Sam Altman and OpenAI, starting off this segment, Elon referred to Sam Altman as Scam Altman, accusing him of taking scamming to a whole new level. Also, Elon claimed that OpenAI allegedly stole trade secrets from Apple and criticized the transition of OpenAI from an open source charity. And last but not least, Elon also stated that SpaceX will begin flying space data centers next year. Going to be very cool to see that. Moving on to Grok 4.5 and AI neutrality. Starting off this segment, Elon promoted Grok 4.5, encouraging users to try it and highlighting its high quality and efficiency in tasks like coding games and podcast players. Also, Elon emphasized that Grok 4.5 is the most politically neutral AI model according to independent benchmarks, landing significantly closer to the center than other models like Gemini or ChatGPT. Moving on, Elon also expressed and described Grok as the most objectively truth-seeking AI, and last but not least for this segment, Elon expressed support for the idea that AI will eventually be able to make jumps in discoveries similar to Einstein's development of relativity, countering arguments that LLMs are only capable of hill-climbing existing data. And to wrap up the episode with politics and ideology, to wrap up this episode here, Elon shared clips from an interview with Joe Rogan discussing how people flee oppressive socialist ideologies for capitalist ones, using the example of boats traveling from Cuba to Florida. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this pretty much wraps up episode number 209 of the CheckX series. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you for watching, or I recommend dropping a like, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. I also recommend going back and watching some of the other recent CheckX episodes just to get a nice little sequence of events going for you based on what Elon says every single day, because at the end of the day, this is CheckX series. I'm your host, Ivan, and I'll see you later.